So I got this message from Cora Lau, and she's from Kalani High School. And she emailed me because she wanted to connect local high school students to professionals in their fields of interest. And they're trying to understand, why someone would want to be a teacher. And she sent me a list of questions. So Cora, this one's for you and for anybody else that is interested in teaching. What are some techniques you use to keep all of the kids engaged in lessons and activities? So I like to use a lot of project-based learning, and I think project-based learning is probably the most effective way to learn. I'm not a big fan of homework. Like when I was in high school, I hated getting homework because I feel like it's just a hassle. And other teachers, might disagree. In my coding classes, I love building stuff. I love building projects. We build small projects and then we scale up, right? So we have this like small little thing. We incrementally get bigger and bigger until we have this huge app at the end of it. And then students will always say like, wow, this is awesome. Like at first I didn't know what I was doing and then now I have an app. Project-based learning is really how you keep people engaged and how you keep the lessons relevant. And the nice thing about project-based learning is you can change the project every year, right? So it doesn't get stale. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. Like it's not going to be the same. Like if a kid takes my class one year and then goes to the next year and then someone asks that one kid like, what was Mr. Cam's class like? They'll say like we built this, but it might not be the same when they jump on board. It'll be probably totally different. It's a whole new fresh experience. And I think that's super engaging, right? That is a best way to keep someone entertained, engaged, and always fresh. Why do you believe teaching is important? Well, self-taught is fine, but isn't it better when you have a guided direction, right? Like let's say you wanted to be a world-class athlete. Yeah, you could just run by yourself and you can lift weights by yourself and you can watch a bunch of YouTube videos. But you need a coach. The coach, or in this case, the teacher, is there to tell you this is working out, this is not working out. This is what you can change, this is what you can do better, and you can focus on this. You need that objective person to say like this is how you do better, and that's why teaching is important. You need that objective person to analyze what you have and say like this is working, this is not working. So like I said, self-taught is fine, but it's not the same as saying you're doing great at this and you need some help with this. What does it take to become a teacher? Well, you at least need a bachelor's degree in a field of study. You need to pass the praxis exam, which is a certification test. And then you need to be certified. You need to go to a college of education to be certified to teach. You work your hours in the classroom and then, bam, you're a teacher. But you also need to be able to talk to someone. You have to be able to communicate openly. See, teaching is more than just about being certified and I went to the college and I got certified to teach. No, it's really about communicating, right? So if you have a friend or if you have someone that is very sheltered and very quiet, but they want to be a teacher, I'm like, well, maybe that's really not the job for you. In fact, when people do their internships in the College of Education, they quickly find out if this is for them or not, right? Because you'll be in a classroom full of kids, and these kids are going to test you, they're going to push you. And if you're not ready to handle all of that, you're going to burn out, you phase out, and you quit. And we already know there's a giant teacher shortage in the state of Hawaii. To be a teacher is more than just the education part, right? To become a teacher, you really have to want it. You don't get in this job to be rich. Like if you thought you would get super rich doing this job, then you are super mistaken. You just got to be ready to handle a lot of things that are thrown at you for not a lot of money, but you're doing it because you want the next generation to be better. And this is the way to do it. You have to educate them. So Cora only said 3 questions, but I'll answer one more. And she says, what do you like about your job? Man, I love going into a room full of dynamic individuals, right? If everyone was like the same, that's super boring. Like when you have a group of friends, everyone's a little different, right? You got the funny person, you got the crazy person. But I like going into the classroom and handling a wide range of students of different capabilities and different personalities. That is always exciting to me. Like every year I get a fresh batch of students and it's always exciting to me. Like what's up this year? What's up with the next year? And every year has its great kids and its not so great kids, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because that's excitement. I go into the classroom for the excitement, like a little adrenaline junkie. I'm not jumping out of a plane, but I'm just saying, this is to me, it's exciting. Like I'm watching someone learn something that they haven't learned before. Someone might be having a bad day, and I can just kind of walk them through it. Someone wants to share how how awesome they did at last week's football game, and that's awesome. Great, yeah, share that with me. Like, let me talk to you. And that's like the fun part about this whole job, right? Is not just like the sit down. Here's my lecture. Here's all the work you're gonna do. No, it's like let's talk. You can't be so rigid. Talk to me. I'm Mr. Cam, and if you don't respond this way, I'm gonna get super upset because I'm super strict. Yeah, you can be a little strict, but loving this job is saying that you want to just kind of communicate, right? Like, let me just talk to you. That's what people want, right? You told me to talk to you. I want to be heard. I want to listen to you. You want to be listened to. So Cora also asked, what is in the day of a life of a teacher? And it's basically just getting up and waving hi to my neighbors and doing all that other stuff. See you later. And it's basically just all I'm really doing is like putting together lesson plans and filming everything on YouTube. I think that's a better way to reach kids, right? I mean, I have my video lessons watched at 3 in the morning. So, whatever they want to do. But to me, and it's a lot of fun, right? Making YouTube videos, and that's just kind of the gist of my day. Putting together lessons and then making modifications as necessary. So it's also important that, if a student's not getting it, I have to re-record things, or I have to make sure that all the assignments are on par. But let me show you my desk, my fake YouTube studio. So this is basically where I record all of my YouTube stuff. I have a notebook here where I write down all my shots, the lessons plans I want to cover. It's messy. I scribble a lot. I write a lot of notes. And then I have another laptop here that I use to take all my notes, or if I want to do some research on. I have my giant key light, which is super bright, and that's excellent for shooting in the middle of the night. Headphones for studio monitoring. Canon T6i with a shotgun mic on the top to record general stuff. Computer, big widescreen monitor, I find that's really helpful too. And then my Yeti mic, and I've also used this mic to do interviews with students and other people, so it's a bi-directional mic where you can record all around. And then I've got like a JavaScript book and a Python PHP notebook there, which I write my code in and to help a lot of people out when they have questions. And then another light bouncing off the wall just as a backup too. And that's about it. This is kind of the whole setup of where I record everything. Cora, thank you very much for asking those questions. I love taking questions from students. And if you have any more, go ahead and send those over. Until then, and for everyone else watching, I'll see you later. Bye.